houses. Today I would like to do Saturn in all houses. And before that, wish you happy Makara Sankranti. So let us start with Saturn in 12 houses. Okay. So when you talk about Saturn in houses, first we need to know what is Saturn, what are the significations that Saturn brings in one's individual's life. So what is Saturn? Saturn is discipline, Saturn is restriction, Saturn is isolation, Saturn is loneliness, Saturn is sorrow, Saturn is delay, Saturn is structure, Saturn is old age, Saturn is pessimism, Saturn is burdens, responsibilities, Saturn is long running chronic diseases, Saturn is treatment, Saturn is mystic, Saturn is longevity. So this is all about Saturn. So now let us start understanding Saturn in different houses. Wherever with the Saturn positioned in any house, basically it blocks that house. So the person feels discriminated of the areas governed by that house. So suppose Saturn is in first house. So Saturn in first house is a bit difficult situation to cope up this energy, because these people, they have to strive hard, work hard, they pass through a lot of hardships. So success is not easy for them, but success is promised, because Saturn always delays but never denies. That's the beauty of Saturn. So Saturn with Saturn ascendant makes a person live in isolation. So these people actually lack of collaboration, communication skills. They don't mingle with people easily. So they are pessimistic. But there is a reason why these people are like this. Because they don't like the surroundings, the people. They don't believe in the attachments and bondings. Because Saturn is very practical planet. So whatever they do, end of the day, the equation they come up with, what is that I get out of it if I do something? So that is the kind of nature these people develop. So instead of chit-chatting, spending time, or enjoying in something, indulging in something, so why don't I complete this task and work for betterment in life? So that is the perspective these people develop when Saturn is in first house. So they look more older than they are, and they face problems related to tooth in the middle age, and their childhood may not be that good. They face a lot of difficulties, lack of support during their childhood. Coming to aspects, so Saturn with the seventh aspect 7th house, so their marriage is definitely delayed. With third aspect, Saturn sees third house. So basically these people, there is always a delay in taking up any initiative with Saturn aspect in third house, and it influences the areas like initiation, courage, writing, speaking skills, because third house is a house of communication. So when Saturn aspects that house, the person basically is not able to communicate. He actually lacks of communication skills. And Saturn with 10th aspect, it aspects house of career. So 10th is one of the highest of Kendra houses. So this is one way this is very good, because this makes a person a perfectionist. Wherever be the area of field they are in, I don't say they succeed greatly, but they give their best, and they are known as perfectionists. The Saturn aspecting 10th house. So they give their best to dispose of their duties, because Saturn is karmisti, is a karma karaka. So now Saturn in second house. So Saturn in second house, this person feels difficulty with speech, self-expression. Usually he won't talk. He stays most of the times calm. And second house Saturn brings a lot of burdens and responsibilities after marriage. So these people, they need to carry a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. taking care of elder brother, taking care of parents, running two families, supporting two families. So Saturn in second house makes a person miser. So these people, they don't spend money. So they're misers, because wherever house Saturn position, basically Saturn blocks that house. So these people, however good they are, however hard work they put to help their family, they are discriminated in their family. They are not given a good treatment. And also Saturn in second house is moderate for wealth. It's not like Saturn blesses with a lot of money. So Saturn always gives in proportion. So in proportion of the effort that an individual puts. So they can't expect more than that. So more hard work, more money for them. So that is what second house Saturn is. And about their food habits, so these people are conscious of their diet, and when they reach old age, so they may develop short sight or long sight, because the second house is house of vision also. Now Saturn in third house. So third house is house of longevity. So Saturn actually does well in third house. The other aspect is, because third house is house of initiation, because hard work, initiation, actually these two energies, actually they have to go hand in hand for a person to accomplish anything. So Saturn in third house actually does really well. It pushes an individual to take up the tasks and complete them. And these people are very good at publishing, writing. So Saturn in third house also affects their younger sibling. So their younger sibling is of a bit a tough personality. It's not easy to handle, easy to convince. They are very disciplined. So third house Saturn actually usually either in transit on birth chart gives very good results. So wherever be the work, the field they are in, so they excel. So they get recognition, promotion. So third house Saturn actually capable of giving this. Now coming to fourth house Saturn. So fourth house is house of happiness, mother, emotions, vehicles, properties, lands. So Saturn in fourth house actually he becomes a Kantaka. So when Saturn is Kendra, so basically he blocks the energy of Kendra. So the Kendras are very powerful, because when a planet is in Kendra, it aspects another Kendra. So basically it influences two Kendras simultaneously. So Saturn in fourth house, so basically these people, they always feel lack of happiness, peace at home. That is one thing. The other thing is they don't have the comforts of luxurious house, vehicles, because whenever they go, they are always blessed with already used second-hand vehicles or second-hand houses, because Saturn is old. Actually Saturn is a kind of energy that always represents already used, old. And fourth house Saturn uh, may create some issues with mother. The individual may not have smooth relationship with mother. In fact, actually these people, they feel discriminated by their mother, or these people, they may have stepmother. So because Saturn is discipline, restriction, isolation, so he won't do well in fourth house. So the individual actually he struggles to rise in life. So coming to education, so fourth house is house of primary education. So Saturn in fourth house creates a lot of hurdles. These people may have breaks in education or a potential delay in the education. Sometimes for some people, if fourth house, like, it lacks of benefic aspect, so if Jupiter is not well positioned, these people, they just give up their education. They won't be able to pass through the examinations. So fifth house, Saturn in fifth house. So fifth house is house of creativity, immature relationships, mind, gambling, lottery, beauty, children, and mantrasthana. So an individual's goddess, like can be seen from fifth house, favorite goddess. So Saturn in fifth house is again a difficult position because these people impose a lot of discipline and restrictions on their children. So, and even the children, they discriminate their father with this position. So for women, Saturn's fifth house can cause potential delay with respect to having children. So because fifth house is house of gambling and speculation, so Saturn may not do well, but Saturn is very good at gambling and speculation, provided he receives benefic aspect from Rahu. And fifth house is house of creativity. So these people, they their struggle with these qualities because Saturn is a planet of hard work and hardships. So whatever the energy Saturn gives, it is more of a physical. But now Saturn is a house of mind. So basically what happens is when Saturn is in fifth house, so it's kind of, their mind is eclipsed with pessimism. So they don't believe in people easily. So they need to be under guidance of guru or someone who is kind of mentor kind of personality. And fifth house Saturn can create a lot of turmoil in their relationships. Now coming to sixth house, so Saturn in sixth house, he does really well. So these people, they are perfectionist as a serviceman, and they are very good at fighting against enemies. So these people, they are the winners if they go to court, any legal disputes or fight with enemies. So sixth house Saturn blesses an individual with lot of capabilities that will help him succeed in their career. Sixth house Saturn blesses an individual with recognition and promotion. And again, because sixth house is house of diseases, Saturn in the sixth house can make a person struggling for long run with some chronic diseases like blood sugar, BP, or blood circulation issues. So now coming to seventh house. So Saturn in seventh house. Saturn attains Digbala in seventh house because Saturn rules west. So Saturn will people who have Saturn in seventh house, so their marriage is definitely delayed. That is one thing. So the other thing is their partner, their spouse, they look much more older than actually they are. Sometimes Saturn in seventh house may trigger an individual marrying to a separator or a widow partner. So it is likely that there is a huge age gap between an individual and the partner if Saturn is seventh house. And people who are at business, the seventh house pattern, Saturn is a bit difficult position because the partners actually they are very very disciplined, difficult, and they block this person actually in making progress. So with Saturn in seventh house, he aspects ninth house with third aspect. So these people, they may not have good relationship with their father. Again, if they get into any partnership contracts with their father, so they'll be in trouble. So the seventh house Saturn aspects ascendant. So this makes a person pessimistic. They always think negative. So Jupiter's aspect either on seventh or first house can nullify this particular situation. Now with Saturn with the 10th aspect, it aspects fifth house. So these people again, they always try to impose some kind of rules and regulations in bringing up their children. So these people they are very strict fathers, strict parents. So now Saturn in 8th house. So it is very good for longevity because the 8th house is house of longevity. Saturn does really well in 8th house because he is Ayush Karaka. But Saturn 8th house can create problems in relationships or marital life. But these people, the good thing with Saturn in any house is, even though Saturn has negative or bad impact, still he won't let it happen because Saturn is a planet that always delays things, either it is good or bad. So that's how these people actually survive in their marital life. They don't take any hasty decisions. Okay, get it going, let it be, let it be. So these people, they have a weird relationship with their in-laws, Saturn in 8th house. So I have seen many charts where these people either do not have communication with their in-laws or they don't communicate well. And the other way, Saturn in 8th house, on the positive side of it, is very good in managing joint assets, because 8th house is house of others' money. The money that you manage, which is not yours, others. So because Saturn is a miser, so he won't let the individual lose one penny out of his pocket. So Saturn is very good in maintaining joint assets. Saturn 8th house can bless individual with inheritance or a long-term bond, insurance gains. So 8th house is house of mystic and occult. Because 8th house is house of mystic, occult and tantra. So Saturn is actually good at these qualities, because whatever is the planet in 8th house, it deep dives, gets into investigation. So because Saturn is delay, he goes slow, so he's very good at exploring hidden things. Now coming to relationships. So these people, so as I mentioned that, these people, they face discrimination, especially from in-laws. So they are not treated as good as other son-in-laws. So this is one thing. So Saturn in 9th house. So Saturn in 9th house, basically it's a difficult situation. So these people, they struggle a lot to raise in life. So at least they have to reach 40-45 years of maturity to raise in life, because 9th house is father, guru, fortune, long distance travel. So basically Saturn blocks all these energies. But Saturn in 9th house, if it is properly channelized, if this energy is properly channelized, this position can make a person a spiritual guru, because Saturn gives concentration, discipline, dedication. So because 9th house is one of the dharmasthanas, highest of the dharmasthanas. So people who have prominent Saturn in 9th house, if Saturn is a benefic, these people, they lay foundation for a discipline, for an organization, for a structure that all people follow. So all prominent spiritual leaders, they have the Saturn 9th house. And these people, in their old age, they contribute a lot to spiritual and charitable organization. So their inclination is always towards spirituality. Because not only Jupiter and Ketu, Saturn also gives that perspective of spirituality in life. But the way Saturn gives is by disposing of one's duties, this person becomes spiritual. But these people are very practical. So they question religion. People who have Saturn in 9th house, they question religion. So now coming to Saturn in 10th house. So Saturn in 10th house, so basically he does well in 10th house. But at the same time, Saturn can create turbulence at one's career, being in 10th house. 10th house is the highest of the karmasthanas, the kendras. So because Saturn is karma karaka, so he is a jivanopaya karaka. So his being in 10th house makes a person a perfectionist. This is actually good for service, people actually who grow systematically, organically. But at the same time, 10th house Saturn can create some kind of turbulence in career. So coming to 11th house. So Saturn in 11th house. Saturn again does well, really well in 11th house. But Saturn always gives in proportion. So the result that is given by Saturn is always on par with the effort that individual puts in. So Saturn always assesses this equation. So 11th house Saturn blesses an individual with lot of money, wealth, properties. So these people are actually famous people in their community network, and these people, they contribute to uh, poor people, help poor people, unprivileged people, and these people, they are capable of running big organization missions, and they possess a lot of vehicles and a lot of friends. These people are actually famous people in their network. So now coming to Saturn in 12th house. So Saturn 12th house is good for longevity. This position blesses individual with life, long life. That is one thing. The other thing is Saturn won't do well in 12th house, because 12th house is house of celebration, luxuries, pleasures, bed comforts. So basically Saturn actually gets irritated of all these things because he is very practical. So because Saturn is always a sorrow and worrisome planet, so these people, they can't enjoy, they can't explore the luxuries of life, being Saturn 12th house. So these people actually, they have to do a lot of sacrifice in their life at certain point of time. They may lose their partner, they may have to stay alone and to take care of, to raise their children, bring up their children. They don't get married again. So because Saturn actually brings that structure and discipline when he is in 12th house, because of that the individual suffers a lot. So he feels lack of all the material pleasures. And these people, 12th house Saturn makes a person a miser again. These people, they don't easily spend money. So it is advisable. So because whenever Saturn transits 12th house from moon sign, it is called sadecity. So these people actually, they are advised to contribute to charity, help unprivileged and poor people, to suppress this negative energy. Saturn in 12th house can create loss also, wealth loss also. If these people take hasty decisions without thinking twice and without any guidance, if they just go and invest, so they may end up with loss. And also 12th house, because 12th house is healing, treatment, hospitals. These people, they may have long-term suffering. They undergo treatment, maybe at their old age or middle age. So friends, this is my analysis about Saturn in 12 houses. If you like the video, please click on like button and also subscribe to this video. Thank you very much.